Good morning. I'm Kristen Byrne. We have some breaking news we need to tell you about in the missing person case of 17-year-old Amanda Berry. She went missing 9 years ago at the age of 17, and we have learned just now the FBI is searching in the area of West 30th and Wade in Cleveland. They received a tip about the disappearance of Amanda Berry, and they told us they consider all tips credible until they investigate. We do have our multimedia journalist out there, Paul Kiska, and he's going to tell us what it's like there at the scene. Paul, can you hear me out there?
Yeah, Kristen, it is quite noisy on the scene. A lot of neighbors have gathered out here. There's news helicopters overhead, a lot of live trucks, so a little difficult to hear you, but I'll try. But here's what's going on. The FBI task force is out here along with Cleveland police officers from Cleveland's 2nd District. They're at a vacant lot at West 30th and Wade on Cleveland's near west side. This is an area where there used to be a house. I'm told the house was torn down. There's now a vacant lot there. The FBI has put up a tent. They're using a cadaver dog to search the ground. They're also probing the ground. They say that this has come from a credible tip. Now, we've been down this road before with other missing persons cases. Police and the FBI digging all day long, coming up empty-handed. And those scenes also looked very serious and very credible, and came away with zero. Today, perhaps a different outcome. That's what we know right now from the scene.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. Right now we're showing people some video of a lot of different vigils that have been held for Amanda Berry. She disappeared back in 2003, walking home from a Burger King where she worked on West 110th and Lorraine. And today, again, breaking news in the missing person case of 17-year-old Amanda Berry. The FBI, along with several other law enforcement agencies, they are searching the area of West 30th and Wade. We have crews out there. The FBI received a tip about this disappearance of Amanda Berry, and they told us they'd consider all tips credible until they investigate. There is her picture there, disappeared back in 2003. We have crews out there. They're telling us they see search dogs out on the scene. A lot of different agencies are starting to show up, and it's getting very crowded. We just talked to our multimedia journalist, Paul Kiska. He's out there gathering details about this. So, again, high-profile case, missing person case, Amanda Berry. We're going to bring you any new details we can. Paul, we want to ask you another question here. Are you still on the phone?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of agencies are we seeing out there?
Try that again.
What different police agencies are out there? We know the FBI. Are we talking a lot of local agencies as well?
Mostly right now, the Cleveland Police Department from the 2nd District, along with the FBI's task force, and quite a few neighbors out here this morning. A lot of crime tape set up. The police really have us all kept pretty far back, at least a block away, so they've got maybe 2 or 3 perimeters of crime tape as they use a cadaver dog and some equipment to probe the ground, looking for whatever it is they think they can find. As we said, the FBI spokesperson Vicki Anderson saying this is all coming from a credible tip, they believe, in regards to the missing Amanda Berry case. They have a tent set up in this yard. It used to be a house that was torn down. It's now a vacant lot. Vicki, can you go live with us just for a second here on News Channel 5? I'm joined with now Vicki Anderson, FBI spokesperson. Vicki, if you could just summarize what's going on out here this morning, because there's quite a bit of activity. We're live on the air now on News Channel 5.
Okay. We had a tip that was sent in to us, and we developed that tip. Our agents and officers that work on the Violent Crimes Task Force, which is comprised of the FBI, Cleveland PD, Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, and the Adult Parole Authority. They developed that tip. It brought us here to this lot up on the end of West 30th here, and our evidence response team from the FBI is processing the scene now to see if there's anything of evidentiary value there. This is a tip in regards to the Amanda Berry case. So we'll see what happens today. You
mentioned all the agencies involved, including the parole people. Would this tip come from someone who's currently in prison?
That's a good question, but the Adult Parole Authority is a member of our task force, so they're there no matter what case it is. So that doesn't necessarily mean that.
So a general tip or somebody who's involved with a violent crime?
Well, I really can't go into that at this point. We'll see what happens today, and we'll see where this goes.
It's hard to gauge out here, and I'm sure it is for you too, but it seems like you're taking this tip very, very seriously, perhaps more than some other tips.
We follow up on every tip that we get, especially when it involves a child, and Amanda was young when she went missing. It's been several years now. We've had numerous tips over the years. We followed up with every one of them. As you well know, we've had other digs. So anything that we feel that, is requires a dig, we will go do it, just to rule it out.
And that's a good point. Fortunately or unfortunately, during other searches, you have come away empty-handed after credible tips.
Correct. And obviously we took those tips, as being credible too. We followed up with them, and there was nothing there. So we'll see what comes today. We don't want to speak out and be wrong, so we'll see where this goes.
If you could talk about this, if you can, the cadaver dogs also, but you said you're probing the ground. Are there special instruments, special technology you're using?
Yeah, they basically have like a metal rod kind of thing that's a probe. I don't know all the technical terms for it, but it does probe the ground, allows, some evidence to go ahead and be collected, let the dog sniff on that, things like that, to let us know really where to start digging. So that's what they're doing now. They're getting the tent set up to protect them from the sun and the rain that we're expecting maybe later. So all that's taking place right now.
And whenever you have a high-profile situation like this, it's perhaps the time when cold cases get an extra tip. Anybody out there who knows anything about these cases, this might be the time to drop a dime and call you guys.
Absolutely. We appreciate the public's assistance in any matter. People are out there, they see things. We don't necessarily see everything, and we appreciate the public's assistance. And definitely, if anybody has any information regarding any cold case, anything that they need to report, they can do so and provide their name, or they can do it anonymously. So they can call our office at 216-522-1400.
Vicki, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Vicki Anderson, spokesperson for the FBI, a thorough update. And she did that just on the spot walking by, so we appreciate that. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Paul. Paul mentioned out on the scene there as search crews with the FBI, other agencies searching. It looks like they are digging, according to the FBI. Vicki Anderson, a spokesperson for them, searching the area of West 30th and Wade in the missing person case of 17-year-old Amanda Berry, disappeared in 2003. So this past April, it was 9 years ago. I'm Kristen Byrne. We're live with this breaking news. We'll be getting any updates to you on NewsNet5.com. Thank you.